everyone, my name is Maggie Holmes, and wow, Dr. Potts, that was beautiful. Really, thank you. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who came out tonight to support Tide Talks and to hear all of these incredible speakers. And I'm so honored to have gotten to know you all tonight and to hear your stories. They were awesome. So I want to share a little bit of information about myself. I'm studying biology and Spanish. I'm on the pre-medical track. I'm from Madison, Mississippi, and like Dr. Potts said, in the Honors College, I do help teach a class in the Honors College. I'm also involved in the Honors One mentoring program, as well as the ambassador program, and my friends kind of joke around and say that I live in Knott Hall, but that's totally false. I want to give a special thanks to some of my friends who came out tonight. And during my time at the University of Alabama, I've met some of the most incredible people here, whether it be through the Center for Service and Leadership, the 31, the Honors College, as well as CAIO. You all have really impacted me and have given me the confidence to stand on the stage tonight, so thank you. So my revolutionary idea is through sharing personal stories and showing our authentic selves, we are able to deepen relationships, creating more courageous character, and find a greater strength within ourselves. I want to give a preface before I begin the bulk of my Tide Talk. The idea of my Tide Talk came from a friend of mine, Joanne, and I met Joanne at an AmeriCorps program this summer called Brave and Collaborative in Austin, Texas. And during this program, we spent 9 weeks teaching students from underserved communities to enlighten them and to have curriculum enrichment. And at the end of the program, we developed presentations of learning. And I was completely moved by Joanne's presentation. For her presentation, she did a series of journal entries. And I thought that I got to know Joanne well over the course of the summer. But hearing her inner thoughts from her journal entries, I realized that people are much more complex than what they appear to be on the outside. And this greatly moved me, and I realized that there is power to a personal story, and there's strength and vulnerability. And so that's essentially what my Tide Talk is about. And like Joanne did for her presentation, I would like to share a series of my own journal entries. So, to begin. March 24th, 2017. I've always known that there are highs and lows throughout life, mountains and valleys. However, today was especially a low point. I've hit rock bottom. I spent 2 hours driving aimlessly on the back roads of Tuscaloosa, not giving a damn about where I was going. I looked down at the speedometer, 93 miles an hour, but I didn't feel like I was going that fast. I tried turning up the volume on my stereo, but it was already at its max. Why couldn't I hear anything? No amount of stimulation could change my perception. I was numb. It was dusk when I walked down to the river. I saw a figure reflected in the water, but I didn't know who it was. It wasn't me. The girl reflected in the water didn't match how I felt. Sad, depressed, unhappy, miserable. I started to cry. I don't want to be here. April 7th, 2017, Honors Day. Today is supposed to be a happy day, I guess, or at least that's what they said. Today is supposed to be special, I guess, or at least that's why there's so many cameras here. However, today was neither happy nor special. Instead, it was miserable. I sat in a white folding chair with sweat beating down the back of my neck, waiting for my name to be called for recognition. I felt so nervous. I've never felt the need to strive for accolades, awards, or adulation. I've always been proud of my efforts to live by my passions, but this university and other people have made me feel as if plastic plaques and medals are the only way to prove my self-worth. Maybe it's only me who feels like they're constantly being compared, being labeled as not good enough. I try to tell myself it's true, but that thought consistently lingers in the back of my mind. It haunts me. May 12th, 2017. I've lost 12 pounds. I look down at the scale, 116. This isn't good. How am I supposed to take one of the most important exams of my life when I'm not physically, emotionally, or mentally well? I try to focus on my books, but questions continue to bombard the back of my mind. I can't focus. I'm tired of being trapped in this rat race. I need an escape, especially for my own health. I'm exhausted. For years, I've been constantly going, striving for something, internally competing with others to get into medical school. I've always thought that an extra leadership position or an addition to my resume would make me more successful and a better applicant. And all of this would inherently increase my happiness in the end. But all of this is wrong. By doing this, I've only felt brief flashes of satisfaction. I need to care more for myself in the present. I need to make happiness my first priority. That's what really matters. June 11th, 2017. I feel so loved by the people of my internship. I feel comforted, respected, and understood. I'm surrounded by people who give a damn and actively live out their passions about education. It's invigorating. This is a healthy environment, and I think this will be a period of growth for me. It's incredible how I've already built such strong connections with the people here. I think I'm here for a reason. Even though I've only known them for 1 week, these people care. They care about this community, and they care about me. June 17th, 2017. It's my second day of teaching at my internship, and one of my students cried in my arms and admitted how unhappy she felt. She shared about her personal insecurities, her weight, beauty, and intelligence. I was shocked by how much I could resonate with these same sentiments, especially from a soon-to-be 13-year-old. I'm much like her in terms of insecurities. Earlier this morning, I found myself hating the way I looked at the gym, shying away from any glimpse of myself in the mirror. I don't feel capable of telling her that she deserves to love herself, because it's hypocritical of me. Doubts about my appearance and abilities still swarm my brain. I can only tell her it's difficult, and she's not alone in feeling like this. Appreciating your own beauty is hard at any age, and retraining your mind to love yourself is difficult. It takes effort. Negative thoughts are the easy route, but affirmation about the positive things of yourself is often the more arduous course. I said all of this from personal experience, and I told her I still struggle with this, but there's hope. I said that we can work on loving ourselves together. We can hold each other accountable. I hope I didn't screw this up. I care about her. July 17th, 2017. I walked into church for the first time in years. I was nervous. I went with a good friend, a preacher's daughter and a soon-to-be pastor's wife, and while I know she would not judge me for my previous doubts about faith, I still felt uncomfortable. The preacher talked about Proverbs 29:25. Fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. The sermon was perfect timing. I can't stop thinking about this coincidence of it all. I was here for a reason. I've had so many present fears circling my mind. Fears about certain people have been wrestling my thoughts for weeks. During the sermon, I thought of all the people I feared or tried to impress. I won't give these people consent to hold power over me, my thoughts, or my behaviors anymore. I know that eliminating fears altogether is difficult, but I need to redirect that anxiety to transform it into energy towards myself. That is how I can flourish. I know that I'm strong. However, today I realized that these fears are limiting my true potential. They need to end. Today was hard. I didn't want to let go of certain people. Why do I have to say goodbye to these people who've been so good to me? It's not fair. However, I realize these people, like Carly and Joanne, were here at this time of my life to give me strength and support, especially when I needed it. Even though these were people who I only knew for a short time, they knew everything about me. They knew the hard struggles I faced last year and the childhood I had. We were vulnerable and honest. And I think that's why it was so hard to say goodbye. I'm thankful to know them and for the impact they've had on my life, even though now we have to go our separate ways. August 27th, 2017. I was nervous about starting my senior year, but that anxiety subsided once I saw the people who really care about me. I realized that sometimes you may lose a friend or two, but you find love in other ways tenfold. I realized that today. Every day I walk into a house where I'm greeted with smiles, or I'm left with a sweet post note from my roommate just because she was thinking about me. I'm thankful for the friends that I've reconnected with. Sometimes time may pass and things might change, but certain friendships are able to pick up right where you left them. I realize that people still care. They care about me. I've made it a priority to hear people's stories, and I'm thankful that people want to hear mine. I think there's a lot to learn from listening and understanding other people's experiences. September 28th, 2017. I'm a little nervous about tomorrow. Just a little. Public speaking is not my forte, but I believe in my message. There's power in a personal story, and there's strength in vulnerability. I had to endure some dark moments and feelings to find my own strength, but coming forward about these personal struggles is not easy for me. But I know I'm not alone in this battle. We all have to fight our own demons inside ourselves. Sometimes there's a lot to be known in a person. Personal issues are hidden and masked by public image or social media. But knowing a person and their imperfect form is where love can be found and where true relationships can be formed. Vulnerability starts with letting our true selves be seen, and I believe that there's a great opportunity for growth by choosing to be vulnerable. I love this quote by Brene Brown, who researches a wide range of topics, including courage, empathy, shame, and vulnerability. She says, "Vulnerability sounds like truth and feels like courage. And that's what I'm doing tonight, by standing on the stage in front of you all and sharing my own personal story." I believe that connection is why we're here. It gives purpose and meaning to our lives. And our willingness to own and engage with our vulnerability determines the depth of our courage and the clarity of our purpose. And I encourage you all to share your own personal stories and to show your authentic and perfect selves to everyone you meet. Thank you.